Cheers. We made it. We finally made it. NFL football. Minnesota Vikings football. SKOL, bitches. Oh, man. I can't tell you how excited I am, dude. I mean, finally. Finally. We can take a look at what this team looks like all up and going. Granted, it might take a couple weeks for it to hit full stride, but finally. I think the word of the first week is finally. But yeah, man, I mean, it's been a long off season, been a lot of questions, been a lot of turnover in, roster and, coaching staff, obviously, being the biggest thing. Again, I don't think I have to go into that, but finally. So with that said, let's break this shit down. Week 1. Minnesota Vikings football at home against the Green Bay Packers. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Week 1 at home against the Green Bay Packers. The team everyone is predicting to win the NFC North. Well, almost everybody, I should say. A lot of the media pundits still believe the Packers are the team to beat in the North. Granted, I mean, at this point, it's kind of hard to argue until someone actually does beat them. But, don't forget, the Packers are without a massive weapon. So let's go ahead and break this down. So obviously, the Minnesota Vikings' key on defense is how do the Packers look on offense? What do I mean by that? Well, how is their new receiving core looking? Because Dobbs looks like a potential stud in the future, but he's still raw. Watson, one of their rookie receivers. Sammy Watkins, how long will he stay healthy and how big of a piece will he be? Lazard is already banged up. They have Robert Tonyan, who's coming back off of injury. They have Josiah DeGuara, which is one of their draft picks for tight end, who was also injured, ironically enough, I'm pretty sure. Regardless, though, they still have that bad man Aaron Rodgers. Again, I don't think I have to make myself known what I think about Rodgers. I mean, he's a very polarizing figure, let's just put it that way. And, you can only handle so much of it. I can only handle so much of it. I'm pretty sure most of the media can only handle so much of it. But, yeah, I mean, it's still a lot of people predict the Packers are going to win the NFC North this year. Me, not trying to sound biased here, I don't. I honestly think the Vikings could win this division. Will it be close? Yes. And has it been close? I mean, yeah, a lot of the media pundits have both the Vikings and Packers making the playoffs. It just depends on how you want to look at it. If you want the Packers to be the North winners or the Vikings are the North winners. So, again, we'll wait and see there. But, so yeah, that offense is going to be key for them. And also, how does our defense match up against them? Because for the first time since 2014, we'll have a different defensive voice back there and an all-new scheme thanks to Ed Donatel's 3-4 style. And from what I've seen during the preseason, I think we're going to have one nasty defensive line, man. Now, can our secondary keep up? Can our secondary rise to the occasion? Especially with a lot of new guys, a lot of young guys, a lot of unproven guys, mixed in with guys like Patrick Peterson, Harrison Smith, Eric Kendricks, a lot of youth and a lot of depth. And there was also a few picks and a few things that happened during this preseason that have me shaking my head a little bit. But Again, who knows? It's week 1, so this will literally basically just be the kickoff to a 17-game marathon. So, but obviously starting off 1-0 versus 0-1 is a major difference. At least from just a psyche aspect, too. But anyway, now shifting gears to the Vikings offense. Well, they have to go up against a top 5, top 10 defense from last year. Boy, it's been a long time since I've said that as a Vikings fan, hasn't it? Imagine if the Packers actually had more of a defense during Rodgers' prime, dude. Like, how many years did they fucking waste? Yeah, sure, they have 1 ring. With a generational talent like that, he should be up there with like 3 or 4 rings. Which I know, saying as a Vikings fan, well, how many do you have? That'll bite me. Regardless. I mean, they finally shore up their defense, but now their offense is in flux. So, Jair Alexander, Preston Smith, Kenny Clark, who has been the bane of our existence on that defensive line. We also did take Zadarius Smith away from them, though, so we don't have to worry about that as much. Which is also going to be another interesting wrinkle to see there, too, with how our pass rush works against their offense. And a pretty decent offensive line that the Packers have. But our offensive line is, well, starting to gel and starting to mold together, hopefully, here. So, but yeah, I mean, this offense could be lethal this year. If everything gets clicking and everything gets moving like how I think it can, think about it. We have Justin Jefferson. We have Irv. We have Cook. Madison. We have Thielen. KJ's looking really good. We also added Jalen Reagor, who can add a little something to the offense if he can catch the ball. I know Eagles fans are really thrilled that we took him off our hand, or we took them off their hands, or however you want to phrase it, But honestly, there's a reason we traded for him. There's a reason we traded for him. So, and let Emir Smith-Marset let Emir Smith-Marset go. And ironically enough, it was the Bears that picked him up. And when I posted my video about that, ironically enough, I got a lot of shit talk from the Bears fans. But again, I'll address that when we get to Bears Hate Week, because have fun in the basement, Bears fans. Anyway, like I say, I'll get to more of that when we get there. But yeah, our offense looks like it could be potentially lethal later on down the line, especially. And again, I'm excited for that, because if you know anything about the Rams style of offense, it's literally a wham bam thank you ma'am go up and down the field type of offense that has some balance in it. And even with all the injuries that the Rams had with the running back core last year, Kevin O'Connell was the offensive coordinator that helped Sean McVay, sort of drive the engine of that offense. So now it's his turn. Now we'll see what he can do when he's the head honcho. So, yeah, and special teams, honestly, though, I'm not too worried about our special teams. Well, for the first time in God knows how long. I mean, yeah, as a Vikings fans, we don't need to know yet. Like, trust me, we understand pain, especially at the kicking positions, and just special teams in general. Yikes. But yeah, man. Week 1 at home against the Green Bay Packers. Let's get this shit done, boys. 3:25 Central Time, Sunday afternoon. Fox game of the week. Plus, it's going to be weird not listening to Buck and Aikman, at least during that game. But, that's another video topic for a different day. So, no excuses now, boys. It's go time. It's fucking go time. We cannot afford to stumble out of the gates again. We cannot afford to go on a 1 or 2 game losing streak here. Because, damn it, we deserve better. I mean, we are a very talented team with a lot of upside, a lot of great players, generational players, if you may say. But the Vikings always have a way to get in their own way, whether it be due to toxic culture, coaching, a mixture of who the hell knows what. But honestly, this is it. Time for excuses, and now. Let's see what this thing looks like, boys. And hopefully, come week 17, week 18, we're in the playoffs, focusing on the playoffs, and hopefully in a high seed. Whether 1 seed or 2 seed or something like that. But can we at least win the North this year, boys, or make it competitive? Because really, outside of the Packers, the North hasn't really been that, explosive. But the Lions are potentially on the come up. The Bears are, let's just say they'll probably be fighting for the number 1 overall pick. So, it's our time, guys. It's our time. Let's fucking go. So, until we meet again, this is Jacob. Have a good one. SKOL.